In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you 6 weight loss hacks that you'll wish you knew sooner. Hello and welcome. If you're new here, hi, I'm Healthy Emmie. I'm a nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program, where you work with me as well as a mindset coach and a nutrition coach to release weight on a plant-based diet. If you want to do that, click the link in the down bar. In the Slim on Starch program, we focus very heavily on both nutrition and mindset. And this is why all of my clients have a nutrition coach and a mindset coach, because it's not just about what you're eating, but it's also about what's eating you. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 nutrition tips and 3 mindset tips. And because I love mindset so much, we're going to get started in the mindset category. My first mindset tip for you is to slow down. We live in the Amazon Prime Society where something can be at our door in less than 2 days. I was ordering something on Amazon today that said, be there between 2 and 6. It's 12:30 p.m. It's going to be here in an hour and a half. It's crazy how many things are right at our fingertips. And as my clients hear me say, the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. So we start to think, well, I can get things super quickly, so shouldn't I get my weight on my doorstep tomorrow morning? My weight loss should be here tomorrow morning, right? If I start today. If we have that mentality about weight loss, well, as quickly as you get something is as quickly as you're going to lose it. So it didn't take you 2 days to gain the weight that you did. It's not going to take 2 days to lose the weight. This is where I see so many people fail on a plant-based diet. They weigh themselves right away after starting the diet. When you join the Slim on Starch program, I don't have you weigh in until week 2. And the reason for this is because the diet is naturally higher in carbohydrates and also just in sheer volume. You're just eating more food on this diet than you are on other diets. And because of that, when you step on that scale after being on this diet for a couple days, the number on the scale can actually show that it's higher, but it is not because you've gained any fat. It is simply because A, there's more food in transit. You're just eating more food in general. And B, because the diet is higher in carbohydrates, you naturally will hold on to a little bit more water. Your body's going to be more hydrated because carbohydrates are stored as glycogen and glycogen stores water. So your body is more hydrated. You step on the scale and you say, Healthy Emmie's the worst. She's a big fat liar. She's not telling the truth about the Slim on Starch program. I gained weight. If you gain weight right away, it's just a reflection of the fact that you're eating more food and your glycogen stores are up. So please slow down. Let's Google Earth the situation, look big picture, and recognize that your weight may jump up in that first week or 2, but I promise you, if you stick with it, it will go down. And if it's not going down, you come and you work with me, and we will get it to go down in the Slim on Starch program. Tip number 2 is going to be a nutrition tip. And the tip is going to be fill half your plate with vegetables, even if you're not abiding perfectly to the Slim on Starch program. If you're out at a restaurant or if you're at a friend's house or if it's a holiday, still fill half of your plate with vegetables because this is going to dilute the amount of calories that you're taking in overall. When it's the holidays, you'll still see me eating tons of vegetables because this is a practice that I'll use no matter what day of the year it is. Even for people who aren't on the Slim on Starch program, if they're still eating animal products, if you're having pizza, for instance, you could either fill up your entire plate with pizza, or if you fill up half of your plate with vegetables, and then the other half you can have as whatever you like, you're still diluting the amount of calories that you're taking in overall. You're increasing your nutrient intake, and it helps you break away from the black and white mindset that you have to do this perfectly. So if you are in a position where it's harder for you to abide by this perfectly, lose the idea that you have to do it perfectly and bring in what you can and see the outcome that that has. So fill up half of your plate with vegetables and let's see how that goes for you. If you start to release weight while doing that, fantastic. Keep up that practice. If you're not releasing weight, well, then we have to pull in some more of those Slim on Starch principles. Okay, maybe I do have to cut out the oil. Okay, maybe I do have to cut out the animal products. I do have to have the other half of my plate be starch. But no matter what situation you're in, at the very least, fill up half of your plate with vegetables. Tip number 3, we're back in the mindset category, and that is going to be to accept the fact that you are not the magical unicorn. What is the magical unicorn? The magical unicorn is, this works for everybody else, but it just won't work for me. You know, I'm a special case. I do things that you've probably never seen before. There's just something wrong with my body. Whenever I do this diet, I end up gaining weight. I can empathize with the fact that you're very much struggling, and I can appreciate that, and I can be there with you, and I can stand in the rain and say, yeah, this is raining and this stinks. But we don't have to stand in the rain anymore. We can go inside. We can find a solution to this. You are not the magical unicorn that this isn't going to work for. This will work for you. As Dr. McDougall says, this diet works for 100% of people that do it 100% of the time. So if it's not working for you, instead of saying, I'm the magical unicorn, this isn't going to work for me, come work with me and we'll sort it out. If you continue to say this to yourself and reinforce this narrative, then that's the narrative that you're going to have. Something that we do mindset-wise in the Slim on Starch program is we actually have you name what your next chapter is going to look like. Instead of having you stay stuck in the broken magical unicorn chapter, let's put a close to that one and let's start a new narrative here. And let's have you reinforce the idea that you can do this, you can change. But if you believe that you can't, whether you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. You are not the magical unicorn. You are not special. I'm sure you're special and unique in very many ways. You're funny, you're a hard worker, you're a great mom, you're a great wife, you're a great husband, you're a great brother. But you are not broken. And I need to tell you that and shoot you straight. And again, be empathetic to the fact that you may think you are and that you're struggling, but I want us to put an end to that. And I want you to succeed. The next tip is going to be a nutrition tip, and the nutrition tip is going to be start out your day with something green. It doesn't just have to be something green, but incorporate something green into your first meal of the day. Now, notice I'm not using the term breakfast. I don't believe that we should label meals as breakfast, lunch, and dinner, because then that makes us think that we can only eat 3 meals a day, or we have to eat 3 meals a day. If we're not hungry for 3, if we're hungry for more, we can't have another. It's a whole mental mess. For your first meal of the day, have something green. I love having something green like zucchini or Brussels sprouts in the morning because it sets me off to a day of stability. Green vegetables contain thylakoids, which shut off the hunger signal and reduce cravings throughout the rest of the day. Versus if I start off the day with something fruity, or if I just do oatmeal and fruit, if I don't have those greens in there, I do find that I'm just not as satisfied and satiated throughout the rest of the day because I didn't have those green vegetables to start the day. Tip number 5, mindset, is going to be to trust this process. I assure you, this will work for you. Please, if I could jump through the screen right now and put my hands on your shoulders and say, this will work. I don't care if you're premenopause, in menopause, postmenopause. I don't care if you just had a baby. I don't care. I do care. But I'm not going to care in terms of, does this mean that it'll work for me? Yes, it's going to work for you. I promise you it will. But you have to trust me, and you have to step into faith and believe that this can work for you. I was saying this to Healthy Mummy. I was saying, I wish that I had a live-in facility sometimes, or people could come live in my house with me so that I could truly put my hands on their shoulders and say, trust me, this will work for you, and here are all your meals taken care of. But I can't do that. And if I could, I would. But that's how strongly I believe it. And sometimes I wish I could jump through the phone when I'm on a client call and say to them, I promise you that this is going to work. But if I can do it through this video with you right now, and if you're looking for your sign, and if you're looking for your knight in shining armor or guardian angel just to tell you that this will work, you just have to jump in and do it. Let me be this person on this video now. I have this burning passion to show people that health is available to anyone who wants it. If you're watching this video, you are eligible. You have the card to be healthy. You can use it. You can turn it in. You do not have to stay sick, and you don't have to stay miserable. You just have to eat a whole food plant-based diet, develop a relationship with food that allows you to use food as nourishment, and develop life outside of food that keeps you on the straight and narrow with your food so that you can tap into that beautiful life. So your hobbies, your relationships, your spirituality, your work, your education, focusing in on that so that food is just something that runs in the background and food isn't the end all be all in your life. But back to the mindset tip, trust that this will work for you. I promise that it will. If you believe that you can't do it or you believe that this won't work for you, we're not going to get anywhere. You have to write a new narrative here. My final nutrition tip is sneaky veggies. You can sneak veggies in two really discreet places. Number one is in your rice. So if you chop up celery or if you chop up onion or if you chop up tomato, you add it into your rice, you've bulked up your rice, you've given your rice more flavor, and you've added in some sneaky veggies. So it's as easy as you could steam these up or you could keep them raw, just chop them into the same size grain as the rice itself. Just mix it in when you make your rice, put it in the fridge or put it in the freezer, and now you've bulked up your rice, you've added some flavor, and you've snuck in some veggies to make the food more voluminous but more dilute in calories. You can also sneak veggies into your oatmeal. So you can buy some riced cauliflower, cook it up, and then cook it with your oats. Or you can grate up some zucchini and you can sneak it into your oatmeal as well and you can't taste it. Or you can do Healthy Mummies carrot cake oats, where you take shredded carrot and you add that into your oats with blueberries and with cinnamon, and it resembles the carrot cake-esque flavor. If you're ready to really lock this in and you just want to hit the ground running and say, I'm done putzing around on my own, I'm just going to lock it in, then apply to work with me in the Slim on Starch program by clicking the link in the down bar. Other than that, comment sneaky veggies if you made it to this point in the video, so I know that you are a true healthy honey. I adore you all, and I will see you in my next video.